Hi guys, welcome to our tutorial. Will be about the basics of Photoshop tool and the pen tool. Okay, so I have prepared my workspace for today's tutorial. So let's go ahead and start. Okay, so on our previous videos, we tackled about the Photoshop tools that we can see and use on the left side of our Photoshop. So this is the text tool. Clicking on the text tool or holding on the text tool, you would see various types of text tools like horizontal type tool, vertical type mask tool, and horizontal type mask tool. So for this tutorial, we'll be using the horizontal type tool. So for our sample text, now to make a selection on the text, just double click the layer here, and then you would see the context sensitive option toolbar, wherein you can choose what would be the font style that you can use. As you can see, there's a lot of options. You can also choose fonts just by pressing the arrow button on your keyboard to easily see what are the previews for these font types. Okay, so in here, you can see effects such as, now if you're ready and if you've chosen what font you'll be using, next to the font styles is another effect options wherein you can see if the font effects would be regular, italic, bold italic, black, or narrow italic, narrow bold italic. Next to that is the font size. By dragging down the icon, you can easily increase or decrease the size of the text. And you can also manually type by clicking on these numbers and then using your numpad, enter a number. Okay, so once you're done choosing the size of your text, you can see different text alignment. We have left align, center align, and right align. And we can also change the color of the text by clicking on this and using the color picker. You can drag around and pick a color that you like. Next to that is the warp text, but this would be for a different tutorial videos. Next to that is this icon. It's called the character and paragraph panels. When you click on that, you will see a tab here which displays more options and settings you can do with your text. We can see options like leading, kerning, tracking, vertical scale, horizontal scale, baseline shift, and more font effects like all caps, small caps, superscript, subscript, um, underline and strike through to modify your text. Now, if you want to adjust size for your text, you can also click and hold and drag the text in here. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to show you is how you can use a shape as a text pad. So just go over here, hold down the mouse button and choose a shape that you would like to test on. For this tutorial, we will use the Eclipse tool. After that, click on the text tool, and then if you will notice, the cursor of the text tool is different when it's on the shape path and the canvas area. The cursor indicates that your text will be sticking with this path. Click on that path and you'll be able to type your text. Let's go ahead. Okay, so you can also determine the starting point and the ending point of this shape path. So to do that, you have to select the text, press and hold the control key, then put the cursor on the start of your text, and you could see that cursor has changed, and then click and drag the cursor wherever you want. Okay, so now if you want the text to be inside the shape path, you can do it by just dragging the cursor inside the shape path. Okay. Then hit the check button. Okay, so for other options, we can also use the pen tool to create simple path for our text. We can do that by following the same instruction. So let's go ahead and try it with the pen tool. Use the pen tool and then click and drag, click and drag. And then go to the text tool and go over the path that you made. So type. So to move that, you can drag it around like this, so you can see the text that you are typing. Okay, so aside from that, pen tool, and let's create a path and close it by having an point smith. Make sure to create a new layer and then use the pen tool. By clicking and dragging, the indicator that the two endpoint smith is this circle icon next to the pen tool. So after that, right click, and then you will see options like add anchor point, create vector mask, delete path, define custom shape, make selection, new guides from shape, fill path, stroke path, free transform path. So these options are grayed out because these are not available for the path that we made. So let's go ahead and choose stroke path. Choosing stroke path will give you an option whether you would like to use pencil tool, brush tool, eraser tool, background eraser, clone stamp, pattern stamp, and other Photoshop tools that you want to use to create a stroke. But for these, we will be using the brush. Then hit OK. Keep in mind that whatever we use in our brush tool, whatever settings that we chose, will be the ones showed on the stroke path that we chose for the pen tool. There you go. So if you want to watch more videos about the basics of Photoshop, let me know on the comment section. Don't forget to like this video, share this with your friends, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Turn on the notification bells for more. Thank you.